Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. It's obnoxiously hot and sunny in northern Michigan. So Muff and I are outside, and what are we doing?
Washing bikes.
Yeah, we're washing bikes. Anyways, I want to let you know that Counter Methods 2.0 episode 3 is coming out in an hour and a half, and you're gonna want to keep your eyes open because this episode's really cool. Hey, Nollie,
Yeah?
if the people want to watch episode 3, where do they gotta go?
They gotta look for the link. They gotta hit subscribe and watch the video.
Heck yeah, and if you feel so inclined, you're digging what we're doing, go ahead, share it out to your friends, see if we can't get more people watching this stuff. But we are, big thumbs up. We are so excited because this episode is the best so far out of the series, and it covers things like building jumps up in Copper Country, Nollie's first time hitting a powder kicker. It also covers some stuff regarding Huck and his autism and sensory processing disorder, and what it's like to be in a bus for, 5-6 days straight now. That's Mama Bear's first time, and she's figuring out how to make it all happen. So anyways, we'd appreciate your viewership, so head on over to YouTube and give it a look. Woo! Good morning from Lac La Belle, and what a beautiful morning it is. This is my favorite time of day. Everything is quiet, and I feel as if I'm the only person awake, with the exception of Huck, of course. Huck is like me, an early riser. Mornings are when we're the most motivated, so Bree and I make it a point to get his homeschooling going right away, even if that means helping him write stories at 6 a.m. Words can't describe how special this moment is. You see, Huck was nonverbal until he was 3.5 years old. As young parents learning how to navigate the world of autism, we wondered if he may ever speak. But we were wrong about that. At age 12, Huck has the vocabulary of a well-educated college professor, and he never stops talking, which makes our hearts full. So the weather's been crazy, and it shifted last night from being pretty warm, like in the mid-20s, down to about 0 this morning, which means that the lake effect machine has kicked in, and we are just hoping that some of the snow stacks up. But Mama Bear's making the kids some oatmeal and peaches this morning. Huck got up early, and we wrote some storylines out in his story journal. But yeah, we're hoping to get out today. Me and Nollie are gonna go look for an area to make a jump in, so she can do some gnarly Nollie stuff. Mom and Huck are gonna head out on a snowshoe trail today and see what they can find around Bohemia. There's a bunch of really cool snow trails, and they go for miles and miles. But yeah, I guess me and Nollie are gonna head over into Little Bohemia and look for a place to build a jump, and maybe get some tricks on the camera. And right now the kids are just enjoying breakfast. And what do we say to Mom?
Thank you, Mama, for breakfast.
You're welcome.
So on a completely separate note, I guess I should talk about the fact that, living in a bus is not easy. And if you haven't been living in a bus for a few years, it's probably not just not easy, it's probably extremely hard and difficult. And everything's dirty, everything's a mess, you can't keep things organized like you would in a house. So needless to say, this is a learning experience. So sometimes when you're in this predicament, all you can do is keep a positive attitude, smile, and learn to live within your means and within your constraints. And in a bus, that means cleaning constantly over and over again, because every time anybody does anything, it's a mess.
We're about to go to Little Bohemia, and we're gonna build a jump.
Happy morning.
Good morning.
A little bit of snow coming down today. Stoked out. We're going to Little Boho to see what we can see.
Bye.
Such a little cheater, dude. She does that everywhere we go. Leaves me back here walking.
We are at Little Boho and we are riding some pow. Trying to build a jump or anything. Tree rails, sick. Alright, let's go.
Let's go? Hold on, wait, are you saying let's go?
Come on.
Come on, man, let's go. Go then. I'm gone, go then.
I'm trying to go.
Here, dude. You got it. So we're riding Little Boho and it is fucking deep. Like way deeper than Boho is. We should have spent the last 2 days out here. But I'm kind of looking behind us and I'm wondering if this would be a good place to build a jump. Or it kind of looks like there's one pre-built over there. So I guess we're gonna have to post hole around in here and see. You ready to go take a look? Yeah. So Little Muffer, we're up here at Little Boho.
Yep.
And we found a place to build your first little powder jump. And it looks like people have already been hitting this incline. So we're gonna do a pat down lip. The jump's already here. Pat down lip is when you take your board, you pat it down, and you pat down an in run, and then you're gonna hike up and you're gonna do it. So if you follow along with me, I'll show you how to do this, all right? Take your bindings by your heel cups, come on over, find your lip, and you just start patting it down. And if it needs extra shape, you can cut it with your board by digging your edges in and pulling the snow back. See how that looks already?
Yeah. It's my first time hitting a powder jump.
And what did we make? What type of lip did we make?
We made a pat down lip.
Okay, and what do we got going up there?
We have a drop in and powder.
Powder. Go get it, girl.
This is the type of thing that never gets old to me. She's wide-eyed over this experience. And it's not even like we built a real jump. This is just a natural feature. But she takes to it like it's in her blood.
Killing it, dude. All right, ask me. Ready? I'm super proud of her. She's just straight killing it, trying backside 180s on her first time on a pow jump. Pretty rad to see. When I was a kid, this is all I dreamt about, was going out in the backcountry and doing this type of stuff. So it's super neat to share this. You good?
Yeah.
All right, let's get you unstrapped back up there, huh?
The effort Nollie is willing to put out is her biggest strength. Focused on learning, she becomes ferocious in her approach, almost to a fault. As parents, we're well aware of what happens to young athletes that push too hard. They either burn out or get injured. That's my story anyway. You probably wouldn't guess it, but this is hard for me. I'm 36 and just had a total knee replacement. A lifetime of athletics and a general misunderstanding of the toll that would play on my body led me here. By the time I was 18, I'd already been under the knife 5 times for reconstructive surgeries. I'm not salty about it. I loved sports and I was dedicated, so I kept pushing it. But I don't want that for her. With the right perspective and proper education, you can have it all. A wild lifestyle and a healthy body. And that's why we're so vigilant about the way we do this. Talking through every movement, trying to mitigate risk. The goal is to be active your whole life, riding up until the end of your days. Disrespecting your body with a careless approach is a good way to end up crippled by injury and pain. And at 9 years old, she already understands. She sees that in me every day.
Yep. Here is...
I think we should take the last one. The green one.
the green one. That's Little Bohemia. Do you want to take one that goes up behind Bohemia?
As long as it doesn't take too long to get back.
As long as it doesn't take too long.
Okay?
Remember, adventure is good.
I want to go little Bohemia. The perfect mix of what me and you want,
Yeah.
right?
It takes Huck a minute to convince himself that he really wants to go out on the trail. He's well aware of how his sensory processing disorder affects his ability to hike. You can see it in his uneasy steps. But once he gets moving, he stops overthinking it. And the thing is, exercise is a huge asset in the fight to calm his constantly racing mind. He spends the entire hike creating wild and imaginative storylines. It's a form of stimming, or self-stimulatory behavior, a coping mechanism to help regulate stress and emotion.
Rocking the barbell again. Second time this week. That's Lacquaville and Mount Bohemia for you.
All right, we're gonna try to cut across frozen Lac La Belle. Woo, it's chilly out here. Doing good, bud?
Yes.
Oh, you hiding now?
From the cold.
Check it out. This is sensory processing disorder in action. The cold wind feels unbearable to Huck. And because of this, his mind gets wild, sparking a reaction that to most would look like some sort of tantrum.
Oh, remember how
But it's not.
facing?
He's experiencing this on a heightened level,
Like this.
and his brain is having a hard time regulating his response.
Second in. All right, let's keep going.
Our goal as parents is to help him work through these moments,
Love, you can do it.
to give him a toolbox of coping mechanisms that he can rely on to help make sense of it all.
Who do we find? Hey guys, what's going on? What do you do, Nollie? Jumps. Awesome. What about you, Dad?
This is one of my favorite memories from this year's trip. We were all out on separate adventures, but our connectedness brought us back to the lot at the same time. Such a simple thing, but it hit me right in the feels. This is all I've ever wanted for our family. Togetherness and a feeling of freedom through our unconventional approach to life.
All the way to the store.
There were times when the kids were young and my work would keep me on the road for weeks on end. I'd make a similar walk to this one, but I'd be on my own, wishing that they were here to share in the adventure. I'd call home every night and they'd ask when they would be allowed to come along. And I'd say, someday you'll be older, and we'll do all of this together.
Where are we going on a sketchy winter day, John?
Hi, my name's John Curtis, and I don't think anybody should ever build a school bus. No, we're making the quick drive from Mount Bohemia to Copper Harbor. It's Friday, February 18th, and we are holding a showing of counter methods. So we got packed up early this morning in the lot at Boho, and it has turned into a severe weather warning for the tip of the Keweenaw Peninsula here. So what should have been a 30-minute trip is probably going to be an hour, just because that's how it goes in a bus. And this beautiful road that we're driving is normally like one of the funnest things in the world to drive. It's just so amazing. But in a school bus in this type of weather, it's really not that amazing. It's like a one-lane road. So we're taking it slow. We're going to get there, but really looking forward to tonight. I think it's going to be fun to show the movie in such a remote location in the world. Copper Harbor is the furthest you can get in Michigan. It literally sticks out a couple hundred miles into the middle of Lake Superior, and it experiences some of the craziest weather patterns in the Midwest. And yeah, we're in one of those weather patterns right now, so it'll be interesting to see who shows up, because I think it's population like 20. Hey, so guess what? We made it to the Keweenaw Mountain Lodge. See that back there? Yeah, that's a pretty historic building. The very tip of the Keweenaw Peninsula in Copper Harbor. Built in the mid-1930s as a relief effort initiated by the government to help with the joblessness problem that we were having during that time. So lots of history inside this thing, but we're having a showing of counter methods tonight. Mr. Chris Geibert hooked this whole thing up for us. We're super excited to share the movie and the story with people. So come on in and let's get to it.
If there's one thing that I want my kids to take away from our adventures, it's that community is important. Traveling like this gives us an amazing opportunity to build a network, be part of others' lives, and grow together. Without the relationships we've made over the years, our time in Copper Country would be much harder. Mr. Chris and his partner Amy have been a rock for us. They are super active people that are very involved in their own community. It would be easy for them to write us off as just another bunch of tourists, but they don't. Instead, they've offered us kindness and friendship, not to mention an opportunity to show our counter methods movie.
We're out in my lodge to do this. We just had some good food, and we might put in a box or something. And we're going to watch a movie once it starts.
And it's got all
You go preview of what it looks like, man. When it comes on, it's going to be good. Pyramid, it's going to be good. Because happiness is a good thing.
The Rad family's here. Two of the family, the dad, John, and Nollie, the daughter, spent 3 weeks or 4 weeks last winter in a bus in the Mount Bohemia parking lot, just as a different way to have their kids experience different things. I haven't seen the movie. I wanted to wait to see the movie to experience it as a group thing, so I don't know really much about it. I held back from watching it, even though probably you'd be like, oh, you should watch the movie before they showed it in front of other people, but I didn't. Tom did. So we'll watch the movie. They're going to come up and answer any questions we have about it, the production, how you did it, any of those kind of questions. Nollie and John will be there to ask. And then they've opened up their bus for us to take a look at. Any questions before we get into this thing?
Thanks, Chris.
Every year, my dad and I go to Mount Bohemia to chase powder. For Christmas, my Nana got me a weather radio, so I can listen to the storms roll in.
Hello, Nollie. For the things they didn't do. Take pride in your experiences. Find the fun and work together. Yes. Look forward in life.
So, what was your favorite part about the movie?
What was my favorite part about the movie? I like the pow days. I think that was a really cool thing.
Yeah, Pow Day 1
your sister ripped
and
down.
Pow Day 3.
She was like,
What an amazing experience. To be in the furthest reaches of Michigan's Upper Peninsula, and to have people not just show up, but express interest and positive sentiments about what we created, means more than you could know. We feel fortunate to have had this opportunity and to meet each of the people. Now it's time to head back to the bus and hunker down, because the storms are rolling in.
Hey, check it out. We just got done with the showing of counter methods at the Keweenaw Mountain Lodge, and it was fun. There was like 25 people, and we had a real good time. But Chris Geibert said, hey, I'm gonna hide you from the wind. Don't park where you're at. I'm gonna take you to the very top. And guess what? It is puking! Dude, this is some of the gnarliest weather I think I've ever been in northern Michigan. Outrageous right now. Honestly, the weather is completely out of hand, and we're just trying to survive. So can you see it? Can you see it? Woo! 50-mile-an-hour winds, snow coming down like crazy. Here we go, northern Michigan.
It seems as if the weather that we'd been waiting on had finally arrived. At this point, we had decided not to go back to Bohemia in search of snow on the western side of the UP in Wisconsin. But I think our plans may have changed again.